Alleged third assassination attempt on Trump stopped at rally, says police. And we'll take a look. We'll read through this. Reading, an apparent third assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump was reportedly stopped at the last moment on Sunday when law enforcement officials apprehended a man with fake passes outside Trump's rally in California. Authorities announced on Sunday. The Riverside County Sheriff Office said in a statement that the man was intercepted at 4:59 p.m. on Saturday evening, just a minute before the event was set to start. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco said, "We probably stopped another assassination attempt." Ven Miller, who's the 49-year-old resident of Las Vegas, and here's the man imaged here, Vem Miller, not Ven Miller, my apologies. Vem Miller, who was the suspect in this third alleged attempt. Now, getting back to the article here, Vem Miller, a 49-year-old resident of Las Vegas, was stopped in a black SUV and was found to be illegally in possession of a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine, police said in the press release. Miller was taken into custody without incident and booked at the John J. Benoit Detention Center for possession of a loaded firearm and possession of a high-capacity magazine. Miller was offered bail and was released after posting the $5,000, the New York Post reported. Despite Bianco's remarks, sources close to Trump campaign said that there was no assassination attempt yesterday. Reading, sources close to Trump campaign tell Fox News that there was no assassination attempt against Trump at his Coachella, California rally yesterday. We're told a man with a gun was arrested at the perimeter of the event without incident. So they're kind of just bickering about the details of it wasn't an attempt, but there potentially could have been an attempt if the police may have not apprehended this suspect. So let's take a look here. This is actually the sheriff himself, the Riverside County Sheriff, speaking about the details of the assassination attempt. Let's go ahead and listen to what he has to say.
He approached the outside perimeter, gave all indications that he belonged there, that he was a participant that was allowed to get into VIP and to and a press corps, and so he was allowed through that outer perimeter. As he got to the inside perimeter, where deputies were conducting obviously a more thorough evaluation of the vehicles that were coming in, there were many irregularities that popped up. The deputy noticed that the interior of the vehicle was in quite disarray. The vehicle had an obviously fake license plate, and that prompted further investigation from our deputy into why the person was there and what he was doing. During that investigation, the deputy eventually found multiple passports with multiple names, multiple driver's license with different names. The vehicle was unregistered, and the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals that claim to be sovereign citizens, and assuming the deputy assumes that he was part of that identifying group. So during the investigation, obviously those identification documents were found, in addition to a loaded handgun and a shotgun.
Now, there's obviously more details that can go in, and I encourage you, if you want to, you can watch the full video where the sheriff goes into a lot more details and takes questions. But basically, to summarize the story for you guys, is that they have the outer perimeter, inner perimeter. He indicated that he was a part of the press corps and that he was VIP and had access to the event. After entering into the inner perimeter, they did a more thorough sweep of his car and of the suspect himself, Vem Miller, and he didn't show it there in the video, but the sheriff did put it in asterisks, the name Vem Miller, due to the fact that the man himself had multiple identifications, multiple different sources of ID, fake license plate, as you heard there, illegally obtained firearms, high-capacity magazines. He had a shotgun and a handgun with ammo on him in his vehicle, and so those are basically all the details that we have at this point regarding that alleged third potential attempt. And I'll say potential attempt because that's probably the more accurate way to detail this, is he wasn't actually attempted on. So it says, Bianco said that the suspect was stopped about a half mile away from the rally entrance carrying fake passes. Now, I'm not sure exactly what all that entails, and I don't know if they have pictures of the passes, but I'm assuming it's fake passes into the event itself. And it says that they were different enough to cause a deputy's alarm, Bianco said, according to the Riverside Enterprise. Um, and to keep this brief and swift, because there's not really much details and stuff we can go off of for this story, the main point to be made is there's only one of two options, okay? And these are the one of two options. Option number one is that this truly was a potential another attempt, that this man was coming to, you know, go VIP, go behind the scene, go to the press corps, um, to get to this event and to, use the shotgun, the weapon, whatever it was, to get close enough to Trump to attempt on his life. Obviously, that's horrendous, and that would be the third time um, that that we know of that someone had been doing this in the past 90 days, which is unheard of in all of history. And we've obviously can, I'm sure you guys have heard this, and I'm sure it's been said many, many times, that maybe points to the fact that, the narrative behind Donald Trump being a threat, the narrative behind Donald Trump being this larger than life Hitlerian figure that is seeking to take power for himself, seeking to get rid of the Constitution and enshrine himself as a dictator or lord or king, and the left wing brainwashing that takes place with that. So that's option number one. Option number two is, and I've seen many people make this same exact comment, and it's the same comment I was thinking, because Van Miller actually went public and made statements in regards to the arrest, made statements in regards to everything that has taken place. And he himself has come out and said publicly that all of these claims are lies, that he wasn't trying anything, he wasn't going to assassinate nobody, and that basically he is innocent of any, potential assassination charges. As a matter of fact, he actually had a video post that we'll take a look at here and we'll consider. So let's take a look at this post.
Trunk of my car, I carry two firearms. One is a Glock, one is a shotgun. And these two firearms that I carry with me are simply for protection.
This video giving his side of the story.
What I'm being called is the third potential assassin of President Donald Trump. And Secret Service and the feds don't want to interview me, that they don't see any value in interviewing me. I mean, think about that.
But the sheriff says that after the assassination attempt in Pennsylvania in July, and a second alleged assassination attempt at a Trump golf course in Florida last month,
keep walking!
His deputies did the right thing.
We went into this wanting to make sure that we were not in national news because someone died and because someone was assassinated, and we didn't do everything in our power to stop it.
Well, and there's those other details that are also pertinent to the event. So like I said, we have two options. Either this truly was another attempt, and just my gut feeling on the situation tells me that maybe isn't necessarily what's going on here. Option number two, which is what I was getting at earlier, is what many people have said is this may have not been an attempt on Donald Trump's life, but it definitely probably was a very, very stupid decision on the part of this individual, if he truly is a Trump supporter. Obviously, he's in California. Okay, so if you're in California, maybe he's not even from California. Maybe he's from somewhere else. I don't even know how that explains necessarily all the details about the fake IDs and all that stuff. That stuff's different. I mean, there are some strange Trump supporters, I will say that. And the fact that he was heading towards a Trump rally, and you think that, okay, I'm going to come to this Trump's rally with just all my fake identification in the car. My car is disgusting and messy. I'm going to have a shotgun and a pistol in my trunk. I'm going to have a bunch of ammo with me. Like, I mean, what was he doing? Did you go to the range and then just go straight to the rally afterwards? It was just, if he is telling the truth, if he's a staunch Trump supporter and he truly is innocent, he may be innocent, but he's definitely stupid for this decision. I mean, just you got to not be thinking to put yourself in that type of situation where you're taking all that ammunition, to a handgun, two weapons, to a rally to show that you're innocent. It was just a very, very stupid thing on this whole side of it. So with that being said, those are our two options. I'm leaning towards the stupid one just because of the fact of everything going on and the guy being like more adamant about the federal government coming and investigating him because he's trying to make a point of saying that, they should be doing a better job. But I mean, that could be explained with many things. Maybe this guy's just not even mentally there. Those are the details. If there's any new details that come up, we will analyze those as they come through. But I mean, that's basically just all I could say on that note is either this guy truly did try to kill Trump or he's just legit a stupid Trump supporter who was not thinking about, anything in regards to this. And the sheriff did the right thing. I'm grateful. I think the sheriff is right. I would rather deal with, if I'm the sheriff, I'd rather deal with the backlash of stopping a guy and being wrong than not stopping a guy and having a dead president or dead potential presidential candidate. So there's that.